What happened for me was that my outlook became much more cosmic. I was suffering, as you know, I was suffering under a very, very deep depression, really debilitating. And I asked if I could understand this process. Immediately, what I visualized was a block of granite compressed, and then it shot straight up into the air, into the cosmos. And that was the depression, and then that was gone. So I didn't ask for that, but that's what I got. And that was certainly an amazing experience.
And that sustained after the ceremony as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it has sustained until now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Really, what became more and more obvious to me was that I really needed to love myself. I needed to stop the excessive self-criticism, the excessive self-judgment. It didn't serve me. That's what I started to focus on, was just on loving myself. And that's not easy. It's not easy to do at first. It wasn't easy to do at first, but it is, I think, extremely important. Personally, my biggest gift from the medicine is that I've achieved a certain degree of self-acceptance. And so now I feel like really almost no matter what I'm doing, it's okay. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to feel anxious about. There's nothing to feel guilty about. I don't have to criticize myself about it. So I think for me, the self-acceptance has been the biggest gift that the medicine gave to me. Not worrying about the future, because what I've found is, for me, that worry about the future, it robs the present. So then you never have any joy. Your life is completely joyless. So that's been the biggest, I think that's been the biggest thing for me throughout the integration. And knowing that I was going to check in with you every week, and knowing that I could call you really anytime I needed to, those were very important supports for me. When you're going into uncharted territory, it's good to go with a guide, with someone who's been there. I mean, that only makes sense. And so that was of great, great benefit to me. I can only thank you so much for the bottom of my heart.
Oh, thank you, sister.
I think the most important thing was don't give up, because at one point I wanted to. That's why you need that support. And really, I'll always be grateful to you that you didn't let me. That was just of the utmost importance to me. I think that for this part of the process, I think I received more than I would ever have thought possible. For so long, I felt like, we talked about it, I was stuck in my head. I was stuck in the ideas. And now it's definitely brought it down to a heart level. And that's what I'm working on cultivating now. Let the process unfold, and have the faith that the process will unfold to your benefit. And I think that's a big, big part of what I've learned. I think what the medicine has taught me is that it's a question of progress, and it's not a question of perfection. I think I'm a perfect and complete human being. I'm a divine being, and I'm having this physical experience. And I knew that before, or I said I knew that, but I'm much more aware of that. I'm much more rooted in that now. I'll tell you what, I think in retrospect, I would say I tried to figure out, why am I so hard on myself? Why do I keep doing this? Why? I don't think that's helpful, really, because it just keeps bringing back to the same things. So what I would say instead is, when you notice that you're being hard on yourself, or when you're self-criticizing for whatever reason, and it can be the most minute reason. So when you realize that, notice it. And as soon as you notice it, try to move away from it. Just move away from it. Do something else. You could say, how is this serving me? Would I do this? Would I say this to a friend of mine? We just wouldn't. And so I think the idea of moving away, and then for a while focusing on something else. And in the beginning, it was just constant. And it's exhausting, and that doesn't serve you either. Just notice it, notice it happening, and just move away from it. And no, you don't need this. It's a habit. It's a pattern that we've gotten into, and then we end up serving that pattern, and it doesn't serve us. We have to treat ourselves like someone we love, because we're all we've got, right?